ahead, Senji Fort crowns Rocky Hills, once called the Troy of the East. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb's army laid siege to Jinji Fort for 8 long years, one of the longest sieges in Indian history. At the foot of the Annamalai Hills lies Thiruvannamalai, where the Arunachaleshwara temple stands tall and pilgrims circle the sacred hill in devotion. Following the Kaveri, we reach Hogeneckal, the Niagara of India, where basket boats drift across roaring falls. Salem, famed for mangoes, leads us into Yercaud, where coffee estates and a tranquil lake refresh the travelers. Crossing into the Nilgiris, Ooty, the queen of hill stations, welcomes us with tea gardens and the Heritage Railway. At its base, Mudumalai Tiger Reserve opens a wild kingdom of elephants and tigers. Southward, Valparai spreads a green quilt of plantations and rare wildlife. From Valparai, we reach Trichy, where the Sri Rangam temple rises above the Kaveri and the rock fort crowns the skyline. Eastward, the mangroves of Pichavaram lead us to Chidambaram's
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the first session of our today's panel. And we are moving on to our second panel today. We are focusing on a panel that discusses about positioning Tamil Nadu as a global medical tourism hub. For the discussion, we have our speakers here. A pioneer in advancing medical excellence, working as the CEO of Apollo Hospitals Chennai region. Please raise your hands and give a round of applause for Dr. Ilankumaran Kaliyamurthy onto the dais, please. Moving on to our next speaker, we have a business leader focused on operational excellence and strategic transformation and is the facility director of Kaveri Hospitals. We have Thiru Karthik Ramamurthy onto the dais with a round of applause. And to lead with the dialogue, joining us as the moderator for this session is a distinguished international expert in economic development, agriculture, and MSME cluster value chains. We have Professor Dr. V. Premanand onto the dais, please. I hand over the dais to the moderator for this session. Thank you.
I am audible? It's okay or? Fine. So, thank you for all of you here, ladies and gentlemen, and our distinguished panelists, Dr. Ilankumaran and also Karthik ji. I'm coming now from God's own country, right, Cochin. I just landed last night. So, tourism industry as such was promoted through evolving an appropriate ecosystem by the whole government and the private sector in Kerala. Now, you would find the tourism industry, as we all know, tourism is contributing to almost 10% of GDP, even in an economy like the US, right? 8 to 10%. So be it America, Paris, France or Spain, leading places now, are living on tourism and are significantly dependent on tourism, with about between, like I said, 8 to 12% on tourism incomes alone. Out of that, medical tourism is supposed to be about 5 to 10%, largely going towards Spain, going towards UAE, Japan, etc. Now, India also, out of the total, say about 190 billion of tourism inflows, only about maximum 8 to 10 billion is from medical tourism. Meaning, how do we increase this how do we tap this great potential, immense potential in the tourism sector, through appropriate policies, appropriate interventions by the private sector, and also by ecosystem change is what we'll be discussing today. Now, we'll start off with the first context. We have Dr. Ilankumaran, CEO of Apollo Hospitals. So, over to you, Ji. One is what we understand is that liver focus on particular surgeries and treatments or procedures is also contributing towards growth of Apollo Group here in this sector. So, is it procedures? Is it the services? Is it some application of technology or the policy at the state level, which is leading to the growth of Apollo in Tamil Nadu and also declaration of Chennai as the healthcare capital of the country at least. Please.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, all of you. Can you all hear me? Raise your hands if you can hear me. Thank you so much. If you take the current situation of medical tourism, I think we should feel very happy about that. For example, if you look at any complex surgeries, maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago, say liver transplant or any complex procedure, there are only two options available at that point of time, even for Indians. Either rich Indians go abroad to get the procedure done. They go to UK, Singapore or USA, those kind of countries to get the procedure done. Or they have to die. Only 2-3 options were available at that point of time. Things have changed in the last 1 or 2 decades. Within 2 decades, a lot of improvement have happened. I am proud to say that Apollo Hospital Grims Road is pioneer in terms of developing this industry as such, promoting medical tourism in India. Maybe that might have started from Apollo Grims Road. We started catering patients from Bangladesh mainly that point of time because they needed a lot of support in India to get treated. In terms of positive points of what we do in Tamil Nadu as a whole, not only Apollo, many hospitals are contributing in medical tourism nowadays. The first and biggest thing is the quality of care what we offer. The doctors in the state are well known for high quality medical care. That is known everywhere outside the country. Again, if you take orthopedics or if you take transplantation, heart, liver or robotic surgeries, there are multiple hospitals in the state which promotes medical tourism and the quality of care is well known across the country. That's a point number one. Second, as a hospital, within the hospital, we are able to create an ecosystem where we can promote medical tourism. For example, say Apollo Grims Road, I can talk about my hospital. I'm sure Karthik will talk about what Kaveri does to promote medical tourism. We do run clinics in many countries. For example, if we need to bring in patients from Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or Oman or any African countries, we run direct clinics there. We also partner with many medical facilitators to promote medical tourism. At the same time, when the patient lands here, we have created an ecosystem to handhold these patients A to Z. This is the ecosystem patients would expect at this point of time. What has changed in the last few years is patients not only expecting high quality clinical care, they also expect good experience. They also want end-to-end experience starting from their place, going back to their place, pre-operative care, post-operative care, all these things patients are expecting nowadays. This is where we face a stiff competition. One is there are multiple countries across the world, mainly if you take Asia, Thailand and Turkey, I think they are taking the lead. They have beaten us and they are taking the lead. If you take Thailand, Thailand attracts more than 25% of the medical tourism to their country. So we are losing slowly. The first and foremost, to answer your question, high quality clinical care. Second is the pricing. If you look at any Western world, we are 70% to 90% cheaper. To do a transplant in USA, it will cost 2 crore rupees. We can do that same transplant in 20 to 25 lakh rupees. That's a difference. At the same time, if you look at the outcome is equivalent to any Western fantastic quality center.
One more question to you, doctor. This context only. How exactly do you market our services? Like, for example, I remember when you go to Europe, you put on the TV, you see God's own country, right? Meaning the tour operators are tied up with the hotels very closely. Do you work through hospitals, through government or private promoters? How do you market?
I think this is a multi-pronged approach. I think the best way to market is word of mouth. Apollo Grims Road is very popular in this aspect. We have been treating patients. They go back, they talk about the hospital, and then they are able to send many patients. That's the best way of doing the marketing, I would say. And then having partnership with the local hospitals there, where we also run clinics in multiple countries, having partnership with those hospitals. Third is facilitators. Facilitators play a major role in those countries to bring in here, to have even to look after those patients. They play a major role. In some countries, we have a direct partnership with the government itself, where there is an MOU between hospital and also the patient. So there are 4 or 5 ways of we promote our own center in multiple other countries.
We'll move on to Karthik ji. Karthik ji is Karthik Ramamurthy ji is Facility Director of Kaveri Hospital. So Dr. Arvind couldn't make it today, but Karthik ji has tremendous experience in the field and has also been in the aviation industry before. So we'll come to that question later on. But Karthik ji, your context with regard to Kaveri Group, how are you? What has been your contribution promoting or contributing towards the industry, medical tourism industry in the state?
Good afternoon.
And what are your broad strategies?
Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me here. When it comes to medical tourism, I think you asked whether it is the skill set or it is the technology or it is the trust. What makes us different or make us stand out differently in terms of medical tourism? I think if you ask me, it's a holistic of all of these things, be it skill set, be it technology, and be it trust, compassion, and of course, cost is also an important factor. If you consider probably the other Western countries, we are about 80 to 90% cheaper. And if you consider other Southeast Asian countries, probably we are 40 to 50% cheaper. And that is one of the main thing which is making us stand out in terms of medical tourism. And how do we promote? There are different approaches. One is to have a medical center there, information center there, and run clinics throughout on frequent intervals. Send out our skilled doctors to run camps, clinics there. And of course, two is through the facilitators. Most of the current business is mobilized through the facilitators. We cannot.
So they're not private hospital, not hospitals there.
See,
Who
it
are
is a
these
mix of both. There is a private hospital who helps us where there is a B2B tie-up between a hospital from Chennai or Tamil Nadu to a hospital abroad. B2B tie-ups are also there. And if you look at the volume of the contribution from a B2B and through a facilitator, the facilitators takes an edge over the B2B business, B2B tie-ups. You can never discount the facilitators from any of the medical value tourism.
The second question, just to continue with what Dr. Ilankumar had mentioned, is that comparing different states, different countries that you're focused on. Now, assuming that our competing economies, say Thailand, or competing economies are maybe Spain or UAE to some extent. How are we promoting, or are we not trying to promote ourselves in more developed economies? Or is the USA not a market at all? Is Europe not a market at all?
Yeah, I think if you ask me frankly, that will be my opinion, no offense. We have not grown to that level of marketing ourselves in US or UK yet.
Okay.
Though cost factor in terms of cost, we are 80 to 90% cheaper. Any healthcare treatments in India is 80 to 90% cheaper when compared to UK and the US. We have still not grown to the level of marketing ourselves. One, two, probably it's
is it because they prefer Thailand or Sri Lanka?
No, it's a perception also. They prefer Thailand or Turkey or even Singapore for that matter over India. I think there is a myth which needs to be broken. I think as an integrated approach, today we are all working in different fragments. Yeah. The moment we all integrate together and start taking one single approach to address medical value tourism, probably UK and US also can be, those patients can also be brought to India is what my view would be.
I mean, just as an anecdote, one of my niece and nephews, he's in Germany working there. He had an hairline fracture. Football, chinna hairline fracture ஆச்சு 2 மாசத்துக்கு அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் இல்ல டாக்டரோட. மீனிங் ஹேர்லைன் ஃப்ராக்சர் வச்சு நடங்க, பெயின் கில்லர் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அது வச்சு நடங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் இங்க ஒரு ஃபிளைட் பிடிச்சு இங்க வந்தாரு. பட் he did his treatment and walked back at 1/3 the cost and immediate treatment. Doctor is coming home taking it. So this kind of service and thing, why don't we promote in Europe too at the cost? Maybe we are not doing it.
Yeah, Karthik has kind of covered a few areas. One is the perception or not only the quality of medical care. People know that if a patient enters into an operating theater, the care is fantastic. That's equivalent. What happens outside the operating theater makes a difference. Even within a hospital, when they walk into the street, what happens? When they go around the country, what happens? I think that perception is the problem right now. I have to admit that I think the perception about India in developed nations, the general feel is India is an unhygienic country, an unsafe country. Unless otherwise we break it, those things will not change.
Absolutely.
And again, you're absolutely right. Waiting time is the biggest reason why they should come to India. At the same time, we have to improve the ecosystem. Now we have exceptional clinical talent. At the same time, there is a major need for system design change. There is a major ecosystem needs to be developed to change the perception. Also to ensure the patients coming from abroad, not only the developed nations, even middle income countries, we have to ensure and develop a separate system to promote it. At the same time, there are some areas where we can still attract patients from developed nations, mainly preventive care and wellness care. Patients, even if you look at any countries or any public, we are moving more towards preventive care and wellness care rather than from treatment actually. So, for example, if you take Kerala, they are promoting preventive care and wellness care. Those kind of specific areas, we can still attract foreign patients. Developed nations is an important area to develop
Through
further.
Siddha-
We can do it
Siddha-
now itself.
Siddha
Yeah,
treatment.
we can. And then we are good in mixing both modern medicine and traditional medicine. This is a huge advantage for our country. So preventive medicine, wellness, combining modern and traditional medicine, these are the areas we can still attract patients from developed nations even today, even with all these negative perceptions.
Karthik ji, to you. We'll
Yeah,
discuss.
to add to what Dr.
Yeah,
Ilan
please,
mentioned,
Please.
probably the preventive medicine and all that is there. But you asked a question about why UK and US patients we are not able to attract, whereas Thailand and Turkey they are able to attract. Maybe it is because of the concierge service.
Okay.
Today, the concierge is created by the hospital. There is no actual concierge facilitated by a governing body to ensure that seamless end-to-end it is all taken care, even pre-operative, post-operative, post-operative follow-ups, everything is taken care, and it has to start from the medical visas also.
Meaning you'd recommend the guidance bureau, say Tamil Nadu Guidance Bureau, for example, to open a separate department or cell to facilitate or work along with hospitals, right from visa clearance to extension of visa, whatever be the issue.
Probably a single window portal system where
And
end to
help desk.
end this can be addressed.
Okay.
Will definitely attract
Facilitate.
more medical
Absolutely.
value tourism is what I would suggest.
Absolutely. Now we'll discuss 6 or 7 of the key issues to develop the whole ecosystem. First one is say accreditation of hospitals and quality control. Say maybe 50, 60 in Tamil Nadu are now competent to handle, including immigration, international medical tourists. So what do we do in this context? Do we ensure greater accreditation, more stringent norms? What is the way to improve quality and develop a brand for quality service?
I think accreditations, as far as accreditations are concerned, almost all the hospitals are going for all the quality accreditations. We have about 15-20 hospitals accredited, JCI accredited in Tamil Nadu, and we may have close to about 150 or 200, even 200 plus hospitals which are accredited by NABH. So NABH is becoming a norm for all the hospitals. Even the insurance, when we go for an insurance empanelments, even NABH is becoming a norm where the insurance companies are asking for an NABH accreditation and all that. See, JCI, of course, international accreditation will always help to build the trust for the incoming medical tourism. But whether only the accreditation will help to maintain the quality, it is actually not. It is the systems and the protocols, and also the way in which the entire healthcare ecosystem is functioning.
Another
As far-
question in this context only. Do you think the accreditation norms and standards are adequate? Or do you think there are loopholes by which hospitals or facilities which are not of good quality are also being accredited? Yeah.
So if you look at the NABH standards, actually the standards are really good.
Yeah.
Even if you look at the 6th edition, it's almost equivalent to JC accreditation. I think there is a slight difference between what is the standard, what's a real clinical outcome. NABH or any of these accreditation bodies doesn't closely monitor what's the clinical outcome each hospitals are providing.
Okay.
That's a catch point. NABH is putting a lot of effort. They're even coming out with new guidelines on creating new accreditation standards for hospitals providing medical tourism. So there will be a separate set of standards is going to come up very soon by NABH. I think once it's implemented, things will be much easier. One of the biggest problem in our country is we have nearly 1,700 NABH accredited hospitals, 63 JC accredited hospitals, but a patient sitting in, say, from one of the Middle Eastern countries or African countries, if they search for total knee replacement in India, I'm sure there are hundreds of hospitals will pop up. They wouldn't know which hospitals provide a good quality care, a fantastic outcome. That is missing here. They land up in a very small hospital, even some peripheral centers, very unknown hospitals. They get some complication. Actually, this is not affecting the name of that particular hospital. It's actually affecting the name of the country as a whole. I think we have to develop some governance from some of the Tamil Nadu state or the central government to develop some governance system to monitor who should be promoted in multiple other countries, which hospital should be the face of medical tourism abroad. I think the guideline can
this governance framework or structure should be done by the Guidance Bureau or by Tamil Nadu Tourism Department or the medical department, which or jointly.
I also wanted to address one
across,
issue. For a patient from abroad come to India, there are 7 or 8 ministries
involved.
There is a touch point. Their External Affairs Ministry giving visas, Home Affairs, Finance, Health, Tourism. At least 5 or 6 ministries are involved right now. Unfortunately, there is no major coordination between. They are working together well. And even Government of India and Government of Tamil Nadu are putting a lot of effort. I think there is a need for national mission for promoting medical tourism. Combining all these ministries together, that could be a single window mechanism. They should be able to take decision. Now you asked who should be in charge. All of them should be in charge, but somebody should take a ownership, collecting all, putting all in all ministries together.
Another question, Dr. Ilankumaran, is that say Kerala, because I was involved earlier in the tourism promotion strategy, you will find that all the big companies, Casino, the big the Taj Group, they all work together, jointly promoting the destination as an integrated package. You go to the north for beach tourism, south also for beach, in between there's Periyar, wildlife, then there is mountain tourism, then adventure tourism, different mix. It was promoted as a package. They used to take one stall in Germany, one stall in US, wherever the trade fairs happen, to promote it. So it was a joint initiative, as a package. Whoever has got the best hotel where they promote that region, and the tourist is offered a package. You come down for 10 days, 2 days here, 2 days there, 2 days thing. It's all a joint work, a cooperative initiative. Is such cooperative initiative there amongst hospitals in Tamil Nadu or Chennai, or is it lacking, or could that be an option also?
I think that is lacking right now. There's a whole concept of a Heal in India initiative by Government of India. There are multiple meetings happened the last 3 years. Even G20, we have met. They have invited all the CEOs of the hospitals, and we met a lot of ministries from multiple countries. They have shared their problems on coming to India, and we have also shared our concerns to the government. So government is closely working on solving all this issue to promote medical tourism as a single unit rather than promoting multiple things. I completely agree with you. Guidance Tamil Nadu can help putting all hospitals together and promote Tamil Nadu as a medical tourism hub more and more. I'm sure hospitals will be interested to be part of this initiative actually. Right now, this is not existing.
We just have 5 to 10 minutes more. So let's conclude. Now, in terms of the initiatives required, one is accreditation. The next one is with regard to specialized visa related support. Third one is with regard to patient rights that we have not discussed till now. Patient rights and compliances and insurance. Can we focus on that, because we feel that could also be a critical reason why people may prefer Thailand against, say, India, with regard to patient rights and insurance and related issues?
No, again, I will still harp on the same point of single window portal, where that portal will be able to address the
All
insurance as well as can maintain transparency. We can also put in some sort of a metrics where when somebody logs into the single window portal system, all the metrics will be available. They can know the medical tourists should be able to know or evaluate as to which hospital they should choose and what is a path, what is going to be the path of their journey.
So basically, we will require the private sector, not only different ministries and departments, also private sector involved in the whole industry.
Well, I want to
Including
add one
insurance.
more point here.
Yeah, please.
If a patient has got health insurance in abroad, many of the companies, those companies doesn't accept Indian hospitals providing the care. So portability, insurance portability from companies abroad to India, it hasn't happened yet. Only few insurance companies portability is acceptable, which means that most of the patients coming here, they have to spend out of the pocket.
No.
So that needs to be sorted as one of the key issues. There, I think hospitals, we have multiple bodies. So Association of Hospital Providers of India, there is a body there. There are multiple hospital bodies are there. I think we have to closely
So
work.
the government will have to work with them.
Yeah, and
along
then
the industry
and then take it forward. I
get
think this
our
is,
system secretary.
exactly. And then both of us spoke about the facilitators. They are one of the key stakeholder in promoting medical tourism in India. At the same time, they're all scattered. There is no structure to see who is good, who is not good. I think we have to accredit those kind of facilitator companies also, and then we have to regulate them. That hasn't happened yet. So those kind of things, once we improve, I think people will have more confidence and trust on our system.
Two last questions to both of you experts. One is, my daughter is also abroad now, UK. In our medical insurance, everything is eligible excepting dentist and eye care. So dentistry, eye care, ஒரு பல்லு வேதனை வந்தன்னா ரெண்டு மாசம் அங்க வெயிட் பண்ணோம் பெயின் கில்லர் சாப்பிடும். So why can't we capture this low end? Typically, maybe they are low end procedures compared to our your standards. But this low end market segment, it's easier to catch. Spend 1 lakh on a flight ticket, come here, go back and do your treatment and go home. Go back.
I think that should happen actually. I wouldn't call it as
Eye care, dentistry, basic things.
Absolutely.
Which is humongous cost there, and you don't get appointment.
Even cosmetology, dental, ophthal, all these things we are extremely good. I think we have got fantastic institutes even in Tamil Nadu to offer all these services. We can promote more. Here, the patients are not very sick.
Yeah.
We can promote tourism along with the medical tourism together in those kind of situations. A person coming for some cataract surgery, they can spend another 5 to 7 days going
Absolutely.
around the state to see more places, and we can offer a package. And that's what we can work together to promote further.
Absolutely.
Do you agree with me, Karthik?
Agree, sir.
Just one last question to both of you, gentlemen. First one, Dr. Ilankomaran. What is the best policy recommendation what is the critical policy recommendation that you say to the government, state or central? Other than the coordination mechanism, insurance, we discussed. Most important.
The most important is there should be a portal available. Government has started a website, Heal in India website, that is not very active at this point of time. Still, the work is in progress. Once this portal is very active, most of the issues what we are discussing today will be addressed very quickly. This portal can say which are all the facilitators accredited, which are all the hospitals we will recommend, or who is good in what. Those kind of recommendation will come. Patients can apply for the visa there itself. They should be able to choose the hospital. Hospitals can give the visa invitation letter through the portal.
Absolutely.
Everything can be done. They can book the hotel appointments.
Absolutely.
All these things can be done through the single portal. I think work is still in progress. I think I would say that needs to be moved a bit more faster.
Then
Karthik ji.
air connectivity.
Okay.
Tamil
But
Nadu.
that will be huge, long time. Portal, we can do it months. We have the AI experts,
No, but
our team.
No, but unless you address the connectivity, air connectivity,
Logistics.
I think 8.33% of foreign value tourism is coming from Chennai. Only 8.33%.
Okay.
So unless you address the connectivity, I don't think Tamil Nadu will be able to excel in terms of medical value
What is the
tourism.
solution for connectivity? New airports or more flight?
I think anyways, the new airport, Parandur airport
Or
is
potential
is
markets.
in the cards. And it does not stop only by establishing an airport. It also, I think, more airlines should pitch in. I think the government should also pitch in and then say, okay, more connectivities.
Yeah.
Even from Northeast. I think
Yes. Yeah,
when I was discussing with Dr. Ilan, he mentioned some time back. I think even travelers from Northeast within our own country, they're not
prefer-
able to, there is no as much connectivity as
Yeah.
other states has.
Fine.
In fact, Hyderabad and Bangalore has taken up a lot of medical tourism because of better direct flight connectivity from many countries. Actually, Chennai is losing a lot of business
That's right.
because where the connectivity was existing before, we lost the connectivity. So
Absolutely.
obviously, Bangalore will have multiple flights. Hyderabad has got multiple flights the last 5 to 10 years. I think that needs to be sorted. Good point.
Any
Karthik.
flight to the northeast via Bangalore or Hyderabad. நானும் போறேன்,
Correct.
மாசத்துக்கு.
Exactly.
That's right. So direct flight to Chennai
Yes.
would be
No,
greatly
that
conducive.
that is actually becoming a deterrent for hospitals in Chennai to even cater to our own country people who are from Northeast.
Anyway, the bells are tolling anyway.
Thank you so much for
Thank
listening.
you very much,
Thank
Ji.
you.
Thank you.
Beautiful, I'm sure. We'll be bring out a knowledge paper on this and working on. 2 questions. Is it okay? Please. Yes. 2 questions. Anyone? Mike.
Check. Last month, a team of 30 members of the parliament had visited Tamil Nadu. They have been formed as an estimate committee exclusively on medical value travel. They have already traveled a few other states, but they had come to Chennai and they visited all the stakeholders. In fact, Apollo and Kaveri were also there. So the major aspect to review, study the situation of medical value travel, and lot of things were discussed. Now this committee, the recommendations are not yet final. It's still in the process. I'm not supposed to disclose, but still I would like to tell you, whatever Karthik said, that they are going to introduce a single window incorporating government, hoteliers, medical service providers, airports authority, and many other people. They are going
Very
to provide a single window
You are
and
representing
single
who, Ji?
portal. I'll tell you, sir.
You are
Single
representing-
portal, and all of them will be taken care of. One of the major concerns is we are not allowing foreign insurance companies to provide their service here. That is also being discussed, and the government is also being advised to help facilitate in getting accreditation all across state wherever it is possible. JCI looks out of control because of the cost, but NABH can be done for many other things. I say this with the eligibility that I represent TNHSP, Tamil Nadu Health System Project, Department of Health and Family
Tamil
Welfare.
Nadu?
Health Systems Project, Department of Health and Family Welfare. I have a bad throat, sorry.
Yeah, I was part of that committee meeting. It was excellent meeting actually. A lot of efforts were put in that time actually.
So government
This insurance is a critical factor.
Yeah.
Is what we need to. Please.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Suppose a hospital who's been catering for the
Not able to hear. Can you speak a bit more
Yeah.
louder, please?
a hospital wants to do a medical tourism. So should it inform the government? Should it get any permission? Or you can straight away, if somebody wants to come from some country, you can invite them and give treatment in the hospital.
I don't
that-
think currently there is any restriction for hospitals to promote it.
Hmm.
Within their own capacity, I think they should be able to do that, to my knowledge.
Thank you.
There's no restriction.
So shall
What
we
are
close?
the difficulties? Hospital in the periphery, of course, in Chennai, of course, where Chennai is finding it difficult to compete with Bangalore and Hyderabad. So how will a small town like a Tuticorin, Nagargoil, in the southernmost end of India, what are the
அது next
difficulties?
stageல பார்க்கலாங்க. முதல்ல சென்னை இப்போ 40% of India இருக்கு. அது 40% of India, we don't need to take more market share. We will increase India's share.
Even
That is
tier
what-
2, tier 3, I think we have to promote medical tourism. Even Coimbatore is doing reasonably well. Madurai and some hospitals patients are going. To go to tier 3 might take some more time. But of course, if we have a very high quality talent, patients will come there.
Yes.
The connectivity will be the
Logistics is
bottleneck.
important.
Logistics is the bottleneck.
Please, one last question.
No, he wants to.
No.
Good afternoon. I think it was a very nice panel discussion. My name is Vikram Kota. I just wanted to highlight this that what we spoke about is more about medical treatment for foreign people rather than medical tourism. I mean, if you look at medical tourism, there are many partners who are involved in it, including hospitality, including tourism. If you go to Turkey, you see a lot of hair transplant people who are actually going to Hagia Sophia. You see them in the markets, you see them. So do you think that Apollo and Kaveri will be open to work with hotels, with tour operators and other tourism asset holders who can collaborate? For example, we have, as GRT Hotels, we have put up a hotel with Velamal right next to the Velam Hotel in collaboration. And we are helping them, and I think
Absolutely.
that's medical tourism.
Absolutely. That is
This
exactly
is
what
medical
we discussed.
treatment for foreign patients.
You're absolutely right. I think that's a way to move forward. Why patients are going to Turkey and Thailand? This is the reason. Where they don't
The
go only for
experience.
the medical treatment, they also have some personal time seeing the place, and then the overall experience, hospitality experience is much better. You're absolutely right. I think that's a way to move forward. Happy to collaborate anyway.
It is
Thank you
also
so much.
necessary to motivate the attendant.
Exactly. Yes. We have to, unless we keep them engaged, I don't think the medical value tourism
Absolutely.
will
Absolutely.
take a turn.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
We thank our esteemed panel members. We'll have the felicitation of our panel members now. We request our moderator, Professor V. Padmanand, to kindly felicitate. To kindly felicitate Dr. Ilangumaran, we request our Honorable Minister for Industries, Mr. T.R.B. Raja, on the dais, please, with a round of applause. We request our Honorable Minister to kindly felicitate Thiru Karthik Ramamurthy on the dais. We request Managing Partner of Maradeshwara Enterprises, Lalita Kantam Rai, on the dais as well. We request Ms. Lalita ma'am and our Honorable Minister to kindly felicitate our moderator, Mr. Professor V. Padmanand, please.
Hi all, I'm just going to barge in with one small request for all the nice people who have joined us here. Tamil Nadu is the healthcare capital of India, and we have some of the best healthcare destinations built around Chennai and of course Coimbatore. And what we really want to see is how to enable the healthcare ecosystem to also tie up with our operators. We already have some of the best footfalls when it comes to healthcare tourism from the global south. So Tamil Nadu would probably be the best suited location to be the healthcare hub of the global south. We do have huge influx of patients from even Europe and UK, of course, very regularly from Singapore and Malaysia. You do know that today Tamil Nadu is one state where you have 4 doctors per 1,000 people, which is much better than what you have in the US and any other Scandinavian countries. So what when I say we don't compare ourselves with other states in India, but we compare ourselves with other countries in India, I do mean it because of these stats. So I would definitely love to hear more from you. There must be an outcome paper from this. We don't want this to be just another meeting where you just hear and go out and then we just vanish into thin air. I really want you all to contribute by writing a paper on what you think is the right road for Tamil Nadu to take, especially when it comes to health, wellness, and I heard the last few comments. The கூட வர help அந்த patients கூட வரவங்களுக்கு என்ன, what is the future for the ones who are traveling along with the patients, and that could be a huge influx of local tourism for us also. So we urge all the hospitals also to tie up with Guidance Tamil Nadu in working with us in your endeavors. So thank you for joining us here. Please give us your thoughts later in writing whenever possible. Nandri, vanakkam.
Thank you.
We thank our esteemed panelists for their inputs, and we thank our Honorable Minister for his last-minute insights on the session. With this, we are concluding this session of medical tourism and will kindly break for lunch. And I kindly request the delegates in the audience to remain seated until the panel speakers move out.